Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, all. Am I clearly audible to all of you? Right. So, in the previous class, we discussed about some of the security threats we have. We discussed about we started from the concept of the cyber security threat. We talk about the brute force attack. It's a type of an attack that basically applies some of the most common types of keys, and it makes use of the patterns by making use of the coding so that it can generate the patterns in order to crack the password. After that, we discuss about the data interception. Data interception is basically stealing the data by tapping into wired or wireless network. It basically tries to uh, take the data or watch the data without your knowledge. You are not aware that your data has been intercepted by someone. So this can be done through the wireless internet, that someone might connect with your wireless internet, and then he or she tries to uh, hack your data. We also discuss about the DDoS, denial of service attack. It basically creates a flood and with the useless traffic, so that the original or the genuine users of the computer cannot access the part of the networks. The effect of it may be in the result of accessing the emails. You will be facing an issue in accessing your email and any of the website or online banking services. Hacking, we discussed that hacking is basically gaining illegal access to someone's computer without their consent, without their knowledge. If you are using someone's computer, taking someone's data without their prior knowledge. So in the case, the hacking comes into action. And then in order to make yourself or prevent the hacking, you may use of anti-hacking software. This is what the prevention of it. We also discuss about the type of ethical hacking. In the case of ethical hacking, the company hires a person so that he could basically prevent the other hackers from getting access to the internet or system. We initially started about the concept of malwares. For the malware, I told you that malware is a form of virus, or you can say malware is a code that has an intention to harm your computer. Malware has the different types. We discuss about virus. Virus is a program that replicates an intention of deleting or corrupting files. Virus has an effect that it basically deletes the file, corrupt the file, or may cause the computer to malfunction. Malfunction means your computer becomes unstable and slow down the computer. It fills the hard drive with the useless data. We discuss about the worm. Worm is basically read once, write many. It is basically a type of malware that can self-replicate. Self-replicate means it makes the copies of it when it comes into your system, and basically it fills your hard disk with the useless data. You will not see the data in your hard drive. Instead, you will see that your hard drive is full without any type of data. Uh, is there anyone who has gone through the Trojan horse? As I told you to go through the Trojan horse. Is there anyone who's gone through with the Trojan horse? I have given you as an homework to go through the Trojan horse, and then after that we will get back to that point. Any idea about the Trojan horse? Anyone has the idea, or should I explain it myself? It basically tells that Trojan horse is a program that looks like a legitimate software. Legitimate software means, for example, a window pops up and says that your system requires antivirus, or your system has detected a virus. In order to detect that virus, install the antivirus. It basically misguide you. It tells you that your system is infected with antivirus. Indeed, your system does not have any type of virus, but it basically traps you. And it traps in a sense that it could be the part of legitimate software. Like, for example, if you download any of the software, for example, you downloaded an antivirus from the internet, that file, that internet virus package may contain a Trojan horse in it, and that has an intention to harm your computer. So what happened normally when we installed the software, we usually go next and all that thing. So once we read any of the statement, it has a checkbox. So we usually didn't see that, and you can say that we just gone through that. So after that, what happens, that happen in the case that your that type of software installed in your computer. So they need to be executed by the end user. You are the end user. It can comes in the form of email attachment, or it can be downloaded from the website. It says, as I told you, okay, they could transmit through the fake antivirus program that pop up on the user screen claiming their computer is infected. This is what I have discussed. In order to understand about the Trojan horse, so you will see that it's a type of virus. This basically comes to your mobile phone or a computer when you are using it. Indeed, there is no virus in your computer. It basically gives you a pop-up screen, and that's a fake one that tells you that your system is infected with the virus. So once you install that on the computer, it basically gives an access to the cyber criminals. Cyber criminals are the one, those who design that types of Trojan horses. They want to gain access to your system. So they may become the spyware. So in the spyware, it says key logging. We also discuss about the ransomware. I have already told you in a class that how we could prevent getting key logging. How can we prevent key logging? That the data of the from the keyboard does not go to the hacker. Is there any way? I need your responses through the chat or through your mic. Is there a way that we can prevent key logging? This is what we discussed in the class. Yes, what is, how we can prevent the data being our data from the keyboard to be sent to the hacker? Is there any way? Yes, Alishba, Arish, Heather, Javeria, Sarah, Samir, Roman. How can we prevent the key logging? Not using the keyboard or using virtual keyboard by stopping production of keypad for hacking. Yes, this is the same. For example, let me share my screen with you. So this is my screen, and I am writing the virtual keyboard. On the on-screen keyboard, I have all the keys available. So instead of typing the password through the keyboard, I may use of this virtual keyboard. So that prevents the key logging. That does not send any data to the hacker because we are not typing from the keyboard. We are typing through the virtual keyboard by making use of mouse. So spyware is basically what it does. It basically gathers the information by monitoring a user activities. So what type of activity? For example, if you have a task of making use of online system. For example, if you are the responsible person for sending and transferring the amount and all the stuff. For example, if you are an accountant. So what happens? You have a daily use of sending and receiving the money through online channel. So what will happen? You need to write down the passwords in different accounts, ID and password. So spyware basically gathers information by having an eye on the system activity, and then whatever the information it gets, it's sent back to the criminals. So what it does, it basically captures your browsing, web browsing activity, personal data like account number, password, debit and credit card details. This is what it looks for. And how can you resolve that issue? You can resolve that issue by installing an antivirus software. You can you can install the anti-spyware software so that you cannot become a victim of it. Whenever you are going to install the anti-spyware software, it detects, is there any spy, is there someone who is going to be spying on your computer. So the anti-spyware is going to identify and highlight it, that if you have any type of spyware software in your computer. So it says that if a spyware is found on your computer, so it basically set off an alarm that there is some security breach that has been found. You need to check that out. So basically, it is going to act against the spyware. Is that clear till here? Whatever we have discussed. Had we ever discussed in the classes? Yes. Any question? Is there any question you would like to ask? Is it clear till here to all? Yes, Shiza, do you want to say something? So we will continue with the adware. Shiza, is there any question you have? You write no. First, switch off your microphone, Shiza. Okay. So adware, we discussed that adware is basically a type of malware, malicious code, and it basically comes with an advertisement on your screens. Once you click on it, that adware basically comes to your system as a virus, and that affects the files. So there are some adware, like adware can highlight weakness in user security defenses, be hard to remove. So this happens with me as well, that there are some type of adware that basically difficult to remove. So because they are difficult to determine. And then hijack a browser. This is important thing, that when some of the adwares are installed in your computer, so what happens, it basically hijacks your browser. You write some of the website name and you try to go to that website, it does not send you to that particular website. This is what it does. So there are some issues in adware, so they hijack the browser. So it makes their own default search request. Like for example, they are not searching the data on Google. It basically shows some other softwares that basically search for you and sends you to those websites that are harmful to you. And the last we have is the ransom. Ransom will discuss about, these are the types of ransom basically affects in such a way that the criminals get an access to your data through the online or through your system, and against it, in order to release that data, they ask for some money. So what they do, they basically encrypt your program in a sense that the program is not of any use to you. and then they ask about the money. Once you provided the money, so they will give you the decryption key so that you can get your data back. But I already told you that this is a type of something, even after paying to the hackers, you are not going to get your data back in 90% of the cases. So this is what it happens. So how can you avoid it? You can avoid it by basically making use of anti-hacking software. You can filter out your emails. That may be the case, for example, by avoiding phishing emails. But once it is executed, it is not impossible to reverse the damage. So the best way to avoid a catastrophe is to ensure regular backups of the file. This is the only case. Once they are going to get access to your data, you just need to make a backup of your file. So if they are asking for ransom in order to release your data, so you don't have to pay to them because you have your own data. You have a backup of your data. Is this clear till here? Or any question you may ask? Yes, Alishba, Arish, Heather, Javeria, Mahin, Roman, Sara, Shiza, Tassin, Uzair, Yasir, and Samir. Is there any question you have? Is that clear or not? Please give your feedback. So on the basis of that, I will move on or I will revise in the case. Arish, the best way to get away of that ransom is to have a backup of your data. This is the only solution you have. The other solution is that you may have the anti-hacking software. You may have the anti-hacking software. You need to be very cautious when you are using any of the emails. Like once you are watching the emails and then you are downloading any of the attachment from the emails. This is you need to know. But it says that you can avoid it by making your own backup. So once you make a backup of your data, so it would be easy for you to get back that data again instead of paying something as an amount. Is this clear? So phishing farming we did in the last class as well, and this is what all we discuss about it. We are heading towards the next phishing and farming we discussed. Phishing is done through the email, and farming we know that a code that installed on your PC and that redirects you to the fake or a bogus website. This is what we discussed. I am moving on towards this topic of social engineering. This is important. This is the new topic. Social engineering occurs when a cyber criminal creates a social situation that can lead to potential victim dropping to their guard. How it happens? It involves the manipulation of people into breaking in their normal security procedure. So there are 5 threats of it. You may write down the definition of the social engineering. This you need to write down. Write down today's date and the heading of the social engineering and write this point and inform me when you are done with it. You have a minute to do this. Definition of the social engineering, a minute to write it down, then I will move on to the types of it. Do this now. Okay, so there are these are the situations we are coming into instant messages. For example, you get the link or a message through the WhatsApp that your WhatsApp is hacked. In order to get back your WhatsApp, or in order to get your data back, whatever, so click on the given link. So what it says, that malicious link comes to your message, and then it says, for example, an important software upgrade. So that could be the possible effect, that you are going to follow that link, and once you follow the link, you may become a victim of cyber attack and or hacking. The other thing is the scareware. So this is often doing using a pop-up message that claims the user computer is infected with virus. You may get a message on your phone that, for example, your phone is full of virus. That could come. So this basically happens in a case that may be possible that earlier you downloaded or you installed any app from the app store that may contain some malicious code in it. So that could become the type of scareware. So basically it claims that your system is infected with virus. So in order to remove these viruses, you need to install the antivirus. And indeed, that antivirus is a virus itself. So that basically creates a fear to you. The other is email phishing scam. The user is tricked by the apparent genuineness of an email. This is what we discuss about a type of phishing attack. You will be given an email, you will see an email that basically looks like the original one. I will show you a type of it. Like phishing attacks have certain type of emails. Like through the bank, you will receive, for example, like this: dear valued customer, we have received notice that you have recently attempted to withdraw the following amount. अब आपको पता चलता है कि यार ये अचानक से पैसे कहाँ से कट गए, मैंने तो ट्रांजैक्शन की नहीं है। इसमें एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज ये भी बताई जाती है कि दे हैव द ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक्स। जैसे यहाँ आप देख सकते हो कि रिसीव के अंदर RECEIVED, ये चीज आगे आनी है, तो लेकिन साथ साथ मैं आपको भी यही बता रहा हूँ कि इस तरह की ईमेल्स के अंदर जो इश्यूज आते हैं उनकी ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक्स होती है, और बिसाइड्स ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक्स अल्फाबेट्स के इश्यूज भी आ रहे होते हैं। कह रहा ना, वी हैव रिसीव्ड नोटिस that you have recently attempted to withdraw the following amount from your checking account. So इसके ये चीजें हमें बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट होती हैं कि ये जो फेक अकाउंट्स वाले जो ईमेल्स टाइप की चीजें होती हैं, इनकी जो स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक्स होती हैं, इनकी सेंटेंस मेकिंग होती है, उसमें बड़ी गड़बड़ होती है। ये तो आप नॉर्मली रिसीव भी करते रहते हो अपने मोबाइल फोन्स के ऊपर, क्या आपको बोल न्यूज की तरफ से यहाँ से इनाम मिला और वहां से इनाम मिला है, तो इस तरह की काफी सारी चीजें आ जाती हैं। तो दैट इज द ईमेल और अ फिशिंग स्कीम। अच्छा, बेटिंग इज समथिंग दैट इज वेरी रेयर। ये वाला केस होता है कि साइबर क्रिमिनल लीव्स अ malware infected memory stick somewhere where it can be found. The finder picks up the memory stick and plugs into the computer just to see who it belongs to and unwittingly download malicious malware. अब ये तो टारगेटेड हो सकता है कि if someone wants the access to the system, अब किसी को मेरे सिस्टम पे एक्सेस लेना है, मेरे सिस्टम पे वायरस जो है ना वो ट्रांसफर करवाना है, तो वो पर्टिकुलरली मेरे लिए कहीं ना कहीं यूएसबी छोड़ेगा, so that I may pick up that USB and try to find out to whom it belongs to. ये टारगेटेड होती है, इसके अंदर जिसको आपको नुकसान पहुंचाना होता है आप उसके इर्द गिर्द कहीं ना कहीं यूएसबी छोड़ देते हो, नहीं उठाता दोबारा छोड़ देते हो, नहीं उठाता फिर और बार छोड़ देते हो, यानी उसकी सराउंडिंग में कहीं ना कहीं यूएसबी आप मेमोरी स्टिक, वो मेमोरी स्टिक होती है जो इन्फेक्टेड होती है। तो जैसे ही फिर वो कोई भी यूजर है, आप भी हो, अगर आपको कहीं से मेमोरी स्टिक मिल जाती है तो आप डेफिनेटली इन क्यूरोसिटी ये काम जरूर करोगे कि उसको अटैच करके देखोगे, और जैसे ही फिर आप उसको प्लग करके देखोगे तो फिर वहां से आपके पास जो है ना मैलिशियस मैलवेयर जो है वो आपके सिस्टम में अफेक्ट कर जाएगा। तो एक ये चीज हो जाएगी। इवन आपने ये भी शायद कहीं सुना हो कि फोन कॉल्स के थ्रू भी ये काम होता है सोशल इंजीनियरिंग में, कि अगर कोई आपके व्हाट्सएप को एक्सेस करना चाहे ना, तो वो लेट सपोज आपका नंबर डाल के, यानी आपका जो भी आप नंबर यूज कर रहे हो, बिकॉज इट हैपेंस प्रैक्टिकली विथ माय मदर, शी डजंट मेक हैज डेफिनेटली मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट द मोबाइल फोन एंड ऑल। तो उनके पास कॉल आई और उनसे कहा गया कि आपके मोबाइल पे कोड आया है, वो कोड आपको बताना, अगर आप नहीं बताएंगे तो आपका मोबाइल बंद हो जाएगा, समथिंग लाइक दैट, वी आर कॉलिंग फ्रॉम पीटीए एंड वी हैव सेंट अ कोड ऑन योर मोबाइल फोन, सो प्लीज गिव अस दैट कोड। अब उनको नहीं आइडिया था एंड शी बेसिकली गिव दैट कोड टू देम। उससे क्या हुआ, उनका व्हाट्सएप जो है वो कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर गया था, और वो फिर जो हमने दायरे उसको फिर रिकवर करवाया, तो बेसिकली इट वाज डन थ्रू द इंडिया। तो इसका जो ओरिजिन था वो यहाँ था कि वो वहाँ जो इंडिया से हैकर्स बैठे हुए थे। इसका नुकसान हमें यहाँ पे हो जाता है कि नंबर हमारा इस्तेमाल हो रहा होता है और अटैक्स या उसको कहीं वो किसी गलत कामों के अंदर यूज कर रहे होते हैं। तो दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट। सो कह रहा ना कि सो कॉल्ड आईटी प्रोफेशनल कॉल्स द यूजर ऑन देयर नंबर एंड क्लेमिंग देयर डिवाइस हैज बीन कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड। Sir, in US, flash drives are sealed inside the wall so that hackers can access it. Yes, definitely that may happen. There are different ways of trapping the user. तो किस तरह से हो जाता है? This you need to remember. In the social engineering, they may ask that what are the types of the social engineering. So how this comes to your paper, that may comes to you in that case that descriptions are given, and these terms are given and their descriptions are jumbled. So you just need to draw the line in order to make the correct terminology with their correct description. This can come, or even this could come in the case of the fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks may be aa sakta hai. So there are different ways of it. You just need to remember that there are 5 types of the social engineering. Is this clear till here to all? तो यहाँ बताता है कि सोशल इंजीनियरिंग का अफेक्ट इट सेम लाइक मैलवेयर आपके सिस्टम के अंदर आ रहा होता है इंट्रोड्यूसिंग। तो ये आपकी 3 चीजों से खेलता है बेसिकली। एक तो फेयर होता है, आपको डरा के भी ये आपसे नुकसान उठा सकता है। क्यूरोसिटी होती है कि भाई मेमोरी स्टिक के अंदर क्या है। एम्पैथी एंड ट्रस्ट होता है कि भाई ये जेन्युइन हो सकता है कि जो है ना मेरे अकाउंट में ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गई हो जिसकी वजह से मुझे बैंक ने ईमेल की हुई। तो इसमें यहाँ पे ये होता है कि देयर इज नो हैकिंग इन्वॉल्व, द यूजर इज विलिंगली अलाउइंग द साइबर क्रिमिनल टू हैव एक्सेस। तो जाहिर है हैकिंग तो हो नहीं रही, हैकिंग तो इलीगल एक्सेस होता है। आप तो खुद से इजाजत दे रहे हो, अपनी कह सकते हो अपनी मिस्टेक से आप उनको इजाजत दे रहे हो कि वो आपके सिस्टम को एक्सेस कर सकें, या फिर आप खुद वो मैलिशियस सॉफ्टवेयर जो है उसको अपने सिस्टम में लेकर आ रहे होते हो, और फिर आप जल्दी में हो तो आप जल्दी में डिसीजन ले नहीं पाते एंड यू बिकम अ विक्टिम ऑफ इट। यहाँ पे बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, और ये देख लेते हैं जो इसके स्टेजेस हैं, स्टेजेस को भी देख लेते हैं। देयर आर 4 स्टेजेस इन विच दे वर्क ऑन। नंबर 1, विक्टिम्स आर आइडेंटिफाइड, इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट विक्टिम गैदर्ड एंड मेथड ऑफ अटैक डिसाइडेड। ये टारगेटेड भी हो सकता है कि आप सर्टेन किसी को विक्टिम इसका बनाना चाहते हो, यानी एक सर्टेन आदमी को आप इसका विक्टिम बनाना चाहते हो। सेकंड स्टेज में विक्टिम जो होता है उसको टारगेट किया जाता है ईमेल के थ्रू, फोन कॉल के थ्रू, ट्रोजन हॉर्स के थ्रू, और डिपेंड करता है कि विक्टिम है कौन। अब उसके बाद जो भी अटैक होता है वो विक्टिम के ऊपर एग्जीक्यूट किया जाता है सो दैट द इंफॉर्मेशन कुड बी ऑब्टेन्ड। और आखिर के अंदर साइबर क्रिमिनल जो है वो डिसाइड करता है कि वो क्या करना चाहते हैं, कि has decided they what they wanted to try to remove all traces of the malware to cover their tracks। तो वो क्या करना चाहते हैं कि वो अपने ट्रैक्स मिटाना चाहते हैं कि वो किस आईपी के थ्रू आए थे, क्या क्या डाटा उन्होंने आपका डिलीट किया, या क्या वो आपसे रैंसम देने के लिए आए थे। तो इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन दैम। तो ये आपके पास एक डायग्राम आ सकती है कि व्हाट आर द कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन टेकन बाय साइबर क्रिमिनल इन टारगेटिंग देयर विक्टिम। तो ये 4 स्टेजेस होते हैं। सबसे पहले विक्टिम को आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, फिर उसको टारगेट करते हैं, फिर उस पर अटैक करते हैं, आखिर के अंदर जो ट्रेसेस होते हैं उसको मिटाते हैं। इज दिस क्लियर टिल हियर? यहाँ तक क्लियर है? जल्दी से बताओ। विल टेक अ 1 मिनट ब्रेक। क्लास जो है वो एंड होने वाली है, सो क्लास यहाँ पे मैं अभी मीटिंग एंड करूंगा एंड देन इन अ मिनट यू आर गोइंग टू रीजॉइन द मीटिंग। क्लियर?